Hello, friends, family, everybody from YouTube that watches my channel. I did want to let you know that I have been offline for quite some time now. You may have noticed it is because of some family problems. My mother is in hospice care, and we are trying to spend as much time with her as possible. So I have not been making as many videos. However, that being said, I will explain more at the end of this video. But before we get down into it and get started, welcome to the Stock Martin channel. My name is Martin. I did want to make a video about electric vehicle sales and the state of the economy. We have just most recently heard that the Federal Reserve has increased the interest rates by 75 basis points, which is a three-quarter tax increase, a percentage increase that is the highest since 1994. What does this mean for your money? What does this mean for electric vehicle stocks? We are going to be talking about this and more. I think you're going to get a lot out of this video. Before we get down into it and get started, all I ask is that you give me that big thumbs up to keep me alive on YouTube. Smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit all to get my latest uploaded videos. Don't forget to share this page with others. But most importantly, I have a great promotion down below using my link to Moomoo. You are getting a free Lucid stock right now and up to 11 free stocks with that Moomoo promotion, with the potential of $25,000 in free cash money, in free stocks. Stay to the end and I can tell you detailed information. But without further ado, let's get down and talk about the latest news. We have just most recently heard that the Fed is hiking its benchmark interest rate up 75 basis points, which will be a 0.75 percentage point increase, interest rate increase, which is the biggest increase since 1994. Now, what does this mean for your money? What does this mean for new EV startup companies and the EV market as a whole? This is actually some very big pressures. This is very bad news for any company that is trying to now get new money, borrow money. It's going to be a lot more expensive, but it also trickles down to the consumer. Everything is getting more and more expensive with inflation. The inflation right now at an 8.6, the highest that it has been in over 40 years. The federal government is trying to cool this down, but that cooling down is going to slow down the economy. They are doing this by increasing the interest rates, making it a lot more difficult to borrow money. Also, if you are buying an electric vehicle or anything that you need to take interest loan out, the loan is going to be so much more expensive. It's going to make it a lot more expensive to purchase that electric vehicle, that automotive or whatever item that you're trying to buy if you're trying to take out a loan, which will trickle down to the customer, make it even more expensive. So what does this mean for the companies, electric vehicle companies such as Lucid Motors, Rivian, NIO, even Tesla moving forward? Well, we do know that right now the demand of electric vehicles is quite high. It is one of the highest that has ever been. And that is a big result because the gas prices are at its all-time high. People are trying to transition into another vehicle that does not have to use gasoline or diesel, that is electric. So a lot of demand going into this. But on the flip side, we are having, since we have that huge demand, we're having a huge supply problem. If you try to go out and buy an electric vehicle, looking at the, for example, Tesla Model Y, you have to wait multiple months, even up to a year, to get that vehicle. And that is because we are having supply chain issues, we're having chip shortages. The list keeps going. So very big pressures on the stock market, on the economy as a whole. We have just seen that right now. I do believe we are in a recession. A lot of headlines are saying that we're headed there. I think we're already there. Right now, you see that inflation is at its all-time high. Things are getting more and more expensive, but there's one thing that is not changing, and that is people's income. People's income is slowly plateauing off. It's stabilizing. However, interest rates keep going up higher and higher. This is very bad for the economy, very bad for the consumer. I do think that people will spend less. People will not be able to afford electric vehicles. People will not be able to afford these new loans with these higher interest rates. What will that do with the demand over time? I do think that the sales, the projected sales of these brand new companies will be lower in the future. We have predicted that Lucid Motors, Rivian, Tesla, NIO, I do think that these sales will be impacted later on because I think that people will not be able to afford the vehicles. I do think that the future sale numbers are going to be a lot lower than they are, which is going to bring the revenue down. Also, it's going to make it a lot more expensive for these companies to build their electric vehicle. So it is going to chew up and eat into some of their profit margins. So very big things to watch out for right now is which electric vehicle companies have a lot of money on hand to weather this very difficult time. And right now, Rivian has one of the largest reserve cash on hand is over $17 billion. Lucid Motors also has a lot of cash on hand, over $5 billion. So these are big things to look into. But these are very critical times. I do think that we are in that recession already. The thing that I can tell you is that these stocks are going to take some time to recover. It is going to take some time for these stocks to start getting some ground. Another very big stock I did want to talk about is GGPI Polestar. Polestar is one of the biggest companies. I have been calling it my sleeping giant. But right now, with the inflation, with the high tax increase rates that we have just seen, it is going to prolong that sleeping giant. I still think that this is a great stock. I still think that we're going to have a lot of upward movement, a lot of growth in these companies. But I am looking at right now companies that have a lot of cash on hand, that have a lot of big backing, such as Rivian, Lucid Motors, Polestar, which is GGPI. NIO, I think it has very big backing. I think in the future, these companies will do very, very well. But right now, with all the pressures, all the headwinds that we do have in the market, I think this is going to be a very prolonged time. What I would recommend to my viewers and to investors, old, new, it doesn't matter, is very big important things to look into. I would consider make sure that you have an IRA. Make sure that you have an IRA, either a Roth or traditional. If you can qualify for a Roth, put in the maximum amount of money, dollar cost average, into the S&P 500. There's a lot of index funds that will actually mirror this. I do think that if you bet on the US economy, US stock economy, your money will grow. If you do need money in the short term, I do think that these stocks, these electric vehicle stocks, will take a lot longer to recover. But you can still dollar cost average, especially if you have a very high cost. But I would also be cautioning you that this will take some time. It is actually in a great advantage to dollar cost average into the US economy. Make sure to have that IRA. Make sure to dollar cost average, if you can, into the S&P 500 as the index. There's so many out there. Vanguard has a lot. Fidelity has a lot. Let me know down below if you are interested in some of those, as this is a big portion of my portfolio. I am still invested in electric vehicle stocks, but I do think that these will take some time to start getting these movements up. And like I said, the revenues, the future revenues, I think will be decreased, will be depressed. Even though that their demand is very strong, right now they are still having the big supply chain issues. They're not able to get these vehicles out. But again, these are very big things to look into. So I hope that you did like this video. I hope that you did learn something new. In order to keep me alive on YouTube, all I ask is that you give me that big thumbs up, the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you would like to get all my videos whenever they're released. Hit all on that notification bell. Down below is the best promotion running right now. I did just want to show you, you are getting this promotion from Moomoo. They're giving out now 11 free stocks. 11 free stocks for my viewers only, using the link down below to Moomoo. It will take you to this website. You will get a free Lucid bonus stock if you put in $100 or more. But like I said, you will get 11 free stocks valued each up to $2,500. You will have a potential to get up to $25,000 in free cash money, in free stocks. It is for my viewers only, using that link down below. Incredible opportunity. try to get that, especially with this very difficult times. It's very difficult times right now in the stock market and the financial system. This is a huge chance to get a great opportunity. You will also be helping the channel as well. And again, thank you for everybody's support. I greatly appreciate that. To give you an update, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, my mom is in hospice care. She is struggling with cancer. She has been battling it now for over 3 years. She is very strong, but I am trying to be by her side as much of the time, so I'm not creating and making as many videos for you. But she is a strong woman. I love her, and she is my rock. But again, thank you so much for all your support and your understanding. But have a great day. Have a great upcoming weekend. It's going to be a long weekend, and celebrate it with you and your family and your friends. But thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to talk to you on the next one. Thank you.